there what you're drinking. 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise.
Yo guys, hello and welcome back to episode 18 of the Minardi My Team career mode here for the sprint weekend at Singapore. Now, if you did miss the last episode out in Baku, go and check that out before you get any spoilers. Before we get into that though, it is a sprint weekend this weekend. We went for our standard 2 runs in SQ1 and the pace was just not there. For whatever reason around this track, qualifying was not working for us, but last time out in Baku, fortunately, we managed to pick up another podium inside this career mode, P3 for Gabriele Mini. An amazing performance from the Minardi man. And yes, we did have a meeting with Fernando Alonso, the endgame talks. So yeah, him becoming a Minardi man once again is becoming more and more likely.
It's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Russell, Max Verstappen, and Hamilton. Piastri, Sainz, Albon, and Isaac Hadjar. Gasly, Alonso, Liam Lawson, and Colapinto. Hulkenberg, Bortoletto, Lance Stroll, and Sergio Perez. Ocon, Lindblad, Behrman, Mini, Bottas, and Nicola Zoloff rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will... And alongside me in the...
So we are expecting torrential rain here for the sprint race in Singapore. Yeah, that could throw up a lot of carnage in this race, but yeah, we're thinking we're just go on the intermediates because the wet tyres on this game just do not work. But yeah, we're going to get straight into the race here. 5 red lights at Singapore for the sprint race, and it's lights out and away we go. And instantly the amount of spray coming off of these cars is unlike anything I've seen before, not gonna lie. We go round the outside in turn 1. We run out of road though. Too many cars going alongside each other, but we managed to stay out of any trouble around the outside into P21, making up 3 places off the line. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen this much spray in an F1 game before. And I have done like torrential rain conditions before, so I don't know if it's just because it's a street circuit or what, but I cannot see a thing going in to the 90-degree left, and we managed to slide up the inside of Ollie Behrman, having to jam on the brakes to not run into Perez and Ocon ahead of us. Cannot see a bloody thing in this Grand Prix so far. And yeah, if there was any time that I'd use the wet tyres, it probably would have been now. And I mean, the tyres don't feel that bad, not gonna lie, but from what you're about to see, I mean, yeah, the lack of pace that we have around here in these conditions anyway is shocking. But we're going to send it up the inside of Sergio Perez. He's going to out-traction us on the exit though. Slight contact there on the exit, but no big deal. Literally a lap later, and they are walking away from me in this one. We decided to let our teammate Gabriele Mini go past because, yeah, there's no sense in holding them up when we are just not at it pace-wise currently. Literally a few laps later, the conditions are getting slightly better, but then also there's no one ahead of us kicking up the spray because they're 6-7 seconds down the road. And yeah, trying to keep it on the track in the final corner, but we get a red flag. And there's an almighty collision ahead. one of the Alpines looking to retire from the race, probably with an engine failure, and he just comes onto the racing line, collects that Hassman behind him, and that's going to bring out the red flag in this sprint race. Conditions are looking a bit better on the data anyway, and once we get back on track, everyone is on inters, so thankfully the conditions have calmed down slightly, and for the second time it's 5 red lights and away we go. Yeah, going towards the inside this time, the spray is still, there's quite a lot of it, but yeah, we're going to go into turn 1, be a little bit more cautious this time. Picking up the position on Sergio Perez, looking at the inside of Bortoleto, but he gets much better traction, and Stroll is also boxing us in a bit. Perez looking down the inside again, but we're going to hold the outside, try and get a better line, and get the run on Lance Stroll and Gabriel Bortoleto ahead. These conditions are still very treacherous. We're going to look down the inside of Bortoleto and Stroll, and we're going to make the move stick up into 15 straight away. Looking to the inside of Lawson and Hulkenberg, so we're going to pick up 4 positions in 2 corners. Really nice move on this restart, making a lot more progression. Isaac Hadjar in the Red Bull up ahead now. He'll probably be a little bit more difficult to overtake as we get a yellow flag. And yeah, hopefully we can catch up and stay with the cars ahead towards the end of this race, because yeah, we do not want to be 6 or 7 seconds off the pace. It's actually Sergio Perez that retires from the sprint race as well, so unlucky for him, but yeah, unfortunately not much happened towards the end of the Grand Prix. We managed to catch back up to Hadjar. We did get sort of a second, 2 seconds adrift at one point, but yeah, very hard conditions here for the sprint race. So we managed to pick up driver of the day here in the sprint race, but not an ideal start to the weekend so far. And because we were so far off the pace in sprint qualifying, we're going to take some fresh components. We're going to start from the back of the grid anyway, because that's probably where we're going to be anyway. Did go for 1 lap just to see if I would have been correct in that, and I was P24. Yeah, qualifying, just not up to it around here.
For today's race, Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Antonelli, Russell, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Piastri, Sainz, Albon, Hadjar, and Fernando Alonso, Lawson, Verstappen, Ollie Behrman, and Lindblad, Colapinto, Stroll, Esteban Ocon, and Valtteri Bottas, Hulkenberg, Mini, Bortoleto, Gasly, Perez, and Nicola Zoloff rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those...
So because we are underperforming so far this weekend, going to be going for the 1 stop here. Hard 2 medium compound tyres. Hopefully we can make some progress throughout this race. Much better than the sprint anyway. But yeah, a very long race around here. A lot can happen. So yeah, let's get into the Grand Prix. So we got 5 red lights here in Singapore. And it's lights out and away we go for the feature race here. Getting a decent start off the grid on the medium tyres. And yeah, going to go to the outside again. Fortunately, we do not get run off the track. We managed to keep a wheel inside the line. And yeah, have a much better run around the outside this time, up into P18 already. So 6 places up. Almost ran into the back of Ocon, but we managed to get round the outside of the Haasman. Boxed in by Stroll and Colapinto though, unfortunately, but we're going to get on the battery and see what we can do. Going to dive down the inside of all of them. Little bit of a bounce over the curb. Fortunately, Stroll avoids us, but we get the move done in the end. P15 off the line. Lovely stuff. yeah, hoping for a much better Grand Prix than the sprint race. No rain is expected for this race, so hopefully that is going to benefit us. Diving down the inside of Ollie Behrman towards the end of lap 1, getting up into P14, making up another position. Both of the racing bulls ahead of us now. Unfortunately, we are going to get into the overtake window, so we're on the boost. Same again next lap, going to dive down the inside of Lindblad. Little bit more risky that one. Fortunately, he jumps out the way. We do not make any contact there, but yeah, a little bit more risky that one. Moving on to lap 4 though, and we are right behind Liam Lawson, burning the battery. And have a look if we can have a move, but not quite close enough, as we get a yellow flag. And it's George Russell with an engine failure out of the Singapore Grand Prix, promoting us up into P12, so no complaints from me there. Still behind Liam Lawson though. And lap 5 we get another yellow flag. And it's a full safety car here at the Singapore Grand Prix. Franco Colapinto is out of the race this time, and another red flag this weekend, as we actually have to avoid the racing bulls. It slows down very quickly, but yeah, another red flag this weekend, and that's going to reset the order. Luckily, we have 2 sets of hard tyres, going to be going to both of them for the rest of this race. Only on lap 7, remember, and we have 5 red lights again. And it's lights out, and away we go. Decent launch off the grid, not as good as last time. Having to brake really aggressively to not run into the back of the Red Bull there. But fortunately, we managed to manoeuvre our way back past Lawson, who briefly re-overtook us. Be at P11 now. Behind Max. Doubt we're going to be able to get past him, but we are going to try nonetheless on the battery. He's also on the attack of Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin, that's actually doing really well in this Grand Prix as well. Fortunately for Verstappen, we're not close enough, and yeah, not really much happened after that. Quite hard to overtake around here. And yeah, start of lap 19 now. A load of the people in front of me have boxed, which promotes us up into P5. We did slightly underfuel this car as well, it must be said. So we're having to do a lot more LICO than I would have ideally wanted in this Grand Prix. But yeah, like I said, it's quite hard to overtake, and the tyres are not wearing as much as I thought they would. So hopefully we might actually be able to get these tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. We've already done more than half of the race on them. So yeah, that's our game plan now. Hopefully we can stay out, try and regenerate the fuel, as we're actually in P3 now, and that is soon going to be the race lead from the back of the grid. Granted, the cars behind are going to be much faster on the fresher rubber, obviously. And yeah, we're not saving fuel as quickly as I'd like either, so yeah, it's going to be nip and tuck towards the end of this Grand Prix. And start lap 23 comes around, and the guys behind are right on our tail. Anthony looking down the inside there, but it's not really an overtaking place, so he's going to have to wait until the next braking zone. We're going to look a little bit defensive. Anthony's going to go to the outside, gets nearly all the way past us, but fortunately we managed to stay enough alongside him, and we leave him just enough room on the exit, park it in the middle of the track, and he's not going to get past there. So yeah, we're managing to hold him off for now, slowly saving the fuel. But yeah, this isn't ideal. I mean, obviously, if there was one track to be light on fuel on, it would be this in Monaco probably. So that is kind of lucky for us, but as you can see, we're just parking it as much as we can. Do not want to give these guys an opportunity, but at some point we're going to have to LICO, and that was then. Antonelli goes down the inside, and it's a convincing move from the Mercedes man, and that is most likely going to be the last we see of him. And that is so because towards the end of lap 25, it's actually Lando Norris that's directly behind us now. And he's looking around the outside. Really good move from the McLaren man there. We're going to try and get this one back though. We're just not close enough though, unfortunately. We have a little look down the inside, but yeah, we're still in a podium position. Would be an absolutely amazing result again. Could be our second podium in a row. Now we've got Charles Leclerc behind us though, as we Lyco into this little hairpin. Leclerc goes down the inside, superior traction. We're going to get on the boost, try and get him back. We've also got Piastri looking down our inside though, so we have to defend from him. We send it into the 90-degree right-hander there on Charles Leclerc, but it's a little bit dirty. We don't want to win like that. We don't want to get positions like that, I should say. So we let him back through, and that is the last we see of him. But a lap later, Piastri is now looking round the outside. We managed to hold him off though this time. And yeah, we're looking good. Granted, with all this Lyco, we are managing to save the battery nicely. But yeah, heavy lift and coast into this corner, and Piastri smashes us in the rear. Very sus from the Australian, and Carlos Sainz is actually out, so that is a massive crash here towards the end of the Singapore Grand Prix. Gonna put a replay on screen now. We do lift and coast quite early, but Piastri does move out of the slipstream, but just not enough, and Sainz absolutely collects him as well. And yeah, it's an almighty pile up here in Singapore. Yeah, I mean, yes, we Lyco'd a bit early, but he had plenty of time to get out of that. And here you go, the driver we want to sign for next season, showing his experience, getting off of the throttle and moving completely out of the way of the carnage. But yeah, surprisingly, not another red flag, but this time a safety car, and the start of lap 30 is when it's going to get underway. 2 laps left in this Grand Prix. Can we now have an opportunity to get back on the podium here? The tyres at this stage are very worn. We chose not to box under the safety car because, yeah, as you've seen, track position is quite important around here, as we nearly lose the rear. And Alonso and Lawson are going to be looking for a way past. But another thing, fortunately, with the safety car, we did manage to save some of that fuel. So, yeah, no worries to the end of the race for that. But yeah, as you can see, the leaders are already starting to stretch away. Final lap now. Alonso is going to look for it down the inside. We leave him just enough room on the inside, managing to keep ourselves on track in the meantime. But yeah, Fernando is really hungry for this P4. Even the P5 for the Aston there is an absolutely amazing result for him. But he's not giving up. He's going to go down the inside. We'd see him last minute leave just enough space, but he's still there. We have to end up sending it back as he does get ahead of us slightly, but he's going to go for it again down into the hairpin. Alonso is absolutely flying at the moment, and we're doing everything we can to keep ahead of the Aston man here. On the boost, he's going to look to the outside as well. We park it on the apex, so there's absolutely no way for him to go. Only one more opportunity for the Aston man now, but we're on the boost, we're draining the battery, and he's not even going to look for it. We're just enough ahead as we go really slidey into the corner. But Kimi Antonelli is going to pick up the win here in Singapore, and we're going to come across the line for an amazing P4 from the back of the grid.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
So P4 here for the Singapore Grand Prix. All things considered, an amazing weekend here for the Minardi boys, picking up P4 from the back of the grid. And yeah, we cannot complain. That's going to help us massively in the championship against Williams. Fernando Alonso, Liam Lawson picking up good points for their teams as well, especially Fernando Alonso. Hopefully we're going to be getting him for next season. So yeah, another good weekend for the boys. Unfortunately, Gabriele Mini only getting P12, so no points for him this race. But yeah, all things considered, an amazing weekend. Hoping for more of the same next time out in Kota. 4 retirements actually. Carlos Sainz for the Williams team as well out. So yeah, hopefully that's going to have good implications on our Constructors' Championship battle with them. But that's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me here at Singapore. Now, if you did like the video, then please hit the like button, hit subscribe, trying to hit 500 subs before the end of the year. So yeah, that'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you all, guys. Have a good evening and cheers.